G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean. In case you're new here and you don't know what I do tech reviews, unboxings and tutorials. Today we're going to be doing a bit of an interesting one. It's a comparison between Luma Fusion and Adobe Rush, and I guess the 5 big differences that I notice. Both of these applications are video editing applications which have been getting a lot of attention because of the new iPad Pro and that being a possible replacement to a laptop. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, just so that way you don't miss out on any other future videos. Let's begin. Alrighty, so before we begin, I guess, comparing the apps, just one other thing to consider is that the Luma Fusion app, in Australia at least, it costs about $35 Australian. It's a one-time purchase, so once you've made that purchase, that's it. There's no more, I guess, additional purchases that you need to make, compared to Adobe Rush, which is, I guess, technically free, but if you want to unlock some of the other features, you might need a Adobe subscription, which is going to cost you a monthly amount of anywhere between $6 and $7 if you're a student, up to $15 or $30 if you're a professional. So that's definitely something to consider. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and jump into Luma Fusion. Now, Luma Fusion is great, and one of the things I love about Luma Fusion is the fact that you can import your media from so many different places. You can do it from iCloud Drive, Dropbox, Box, Google Drive, OneDrive, all the cloud-based solutions. But if you've got a NAS, and as someone who has a Synology NAS and has been using one for a while now, that's an absolutely just awesome option. Especially if you're wanting to make sure that your data is always being backed up. Having the option for importing from a network drive is really something that's going to set you apart from a lot of the other video editing apps that are on the App Store. Second to that, one of the other great things about Luma Fusion is the option of where you want to export to. So you can export to, again, photos, Vimeo, YouTube, iCloud Drive, all the cloud-based options. You can even airdrop your rendered file to somebody else, but you can also export your video straight to your network drive so it's backed up and accessible by anyone, including yourself. Now, the third thing that I really love about Luma Fusion that I don't think Adobe Rush has I guess matched yet, and I don't know if they're going to ever add on these features, but if you really want to dive into some of the editing tools within Luma Fusion, you can go ahead and modify the playback speed. You can go ahead and modify the audio. You can add bypass filters, EQ filters. You can change the channels of the audio. You can also go ahead and modify a lot of the color presets. So if you want to go ahead and add some crazy presets, you can do that. You can have multiple presets sort of laid on top of each other. You can add on LUTs as well. So if you've got a preference on a particular type of LUT, you can do that. So it's really, really powerful. You've got these cool sort of creative effects here. So it can really be as basic or as advanced as you like. It's sort of one app that can really, or you might really consider replacing Adobe Premiere with. And when you choose, I guess, these presets, they don't take long to actually apply. Everything is done quite quickly here. I'm using the 10.5 inch iPad Pro, and I think it's just absolutely astonishing what you can get done with this app on an iPad. All the footage that I'm currently playing around with, by the way, is in 4K 100 megabit footage from the Sony a7S II. Alrighty, so now what we'll do is we'll jump into Adobe Rush, which has been out for a few weeks now. And my first impressions of Adobe Rush is that editing 4K footage is definitely possible. It's a little bit sluggish compared to Luma Fusion, so I don't know really how that works, but in the back end it doesn't really seem to be rendering the timeline as smooth as Luma Fusion. Some of the, I guess, other features of Luma Fusion Adobe Rush is that you have the option here for transitions, which are the same transitions you would get in Adobe Premiere. You have built-in presets, again, same as Premiere. You can modify some of the audio and do some very sort of simple edits to background noise to reduce that, to reduce echo. You can do some, I guess, modification to the video and changing the position of it. But overall, it's very simple. And some people might really like that. Personally, I would like the option of having more features and something closer to Adobe Premiere, as this is not really enough to get me to the point of which I need to export the final product. Some of the things that are really going for Adobe Rush though is that there is a desktop application included, so you can continue your project on the iPad, start the project on the iPad and continue it on your desktop. I think that's a great feature. If you have Adobe Premiere, you can actually open your Adobe Rush project in Premiere. Again, another awesome feature to give you some of those advanced editing tools, and everything that you do within Adobe Rush, Adobe Rush is going to get saved and synchronized to your Adobe storage. So depending on the file sizes that you're modifying or playing around with, if I'm doing 4K video, it's going to take a bit of time for that to upload to the cloud. But if you're doing, mobile phone footage, 1080p or 720p, it's not going to take very long at all, and is a great way of, I guess, synchronizing all of your content between your devices. Okay, so now there's probably two other features that I'll quickly talk about. And the fact that with Adobe Rush you can go ahead and choose if you want it to be in landscape, portrait or square is really great, especially if you're someone who is editing footage to put it onto Instagram or onto Twitter. Having those presets there makes it really easy, so that way you don't have to worry about what resolution or what aspect ratio. I think that's a great included feature, and it shrinks the footage and modifies it all for you. As far as sharing the footage, you can obviously go ahead and choose your quality settings. You can reduce it if you'd like to reduce it, but I don't really like how limited it is as far as your export options. I mentioned before that I'm using 4K video files, and I can't export it as 4K. I can only export it as 1080p or 720p, 30 frames per second. So you are a little bit limited to that, and I think the reason for this is that Adobe Rush is really a program for getting your media onto social media, onto YouTube, video, Vimeo, Twitter, Instagram, for example, and those applications won't really, you won't really see any benefit from uploading 4K video. So it is good that it's nice and simple, but also a bit of a letdown that it doesn't let you take more control over the export settings. Okay, so thanks for watching this video about Luma Fusion and Adobe Rush and which one you should maybe choose. And I mean, these are 5 things that I think you should definitely consider. And I personally am using Luma Fusion for my mobile devices. It just gives me more power, but to each their own. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comment section below. If you liked this video, then chuck it a like. If you didn't like this video, give it a dislike. And as always, you can reach out to me on Facebook and Instagram as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Boom!